Hey guys, we are here with our newest GM mode on the channel and in NHL 20. Yeah, we're on the New Jersey Devils here because we are indeed going to be using them, and that shouldn't really come as a surprise given the offseason that they just had, acquiring Nikita Gusev, PK Subban, Wayne Simmons, and of course adding Jack Hughes to the draft. It's an exciting time to be a Devils fan, and I thought what better way to start out NHL 20, a fresh start on the channel, having the new display name of simply just WWS. Why? There's a few reasons why I am redoing the New Jersey Devils GM mode, but the main one being the audio quality in the NHL 17 series definitely was not up to par. Cue flashback.
Hey guys, we are back, or not back, I do that every time. We are here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you guys even watch that. I'm gonna be honest. Compared to the audio quality that I have now, that's just, yeah. We're going to be starting the New Jersey Devils GM mode in NHL 20. And there's going to be a few different things about this GM mode. We're going to keep owner mode off. We're going to obviously have GM firing off. However, in this one, we're going to have player morale on. I want to make use of the new conversation system. And obviously, the main way that we're going to do that is through coaches and through talking to players in the pre-draft. But I feel like having player morale on this year will add a lot more depth, maybe even a storyline of some sort that we can work with and just give the GM mode a little bit more life. So we're going to have salary cap on, fog of war on, player morale on, and CPU trades on. That looks good to me. And just a heads up, this is purely a setup episode. There's not going to be any progress made, and the reason for that is because there's not really any edited or created players. The only player that I've added in so far is Nikita Gusev, and I want you guys to be able to chime in on who should be edited and who should be created before the official start of the GM mode. So we're going to try with waivers on as well. This is going to be a new thing this year. We normally don't play with waivers on this channel, but figured since NHL 20, it's a new game, we may as well give ourselves a new challenge. And that will be with waivers on, and as well as obviously the player morale, but that's just sort of obviously to add a little bit more depth and maybe to a little bit of a storyline to it. So for the fog of war, we are going to turn on show overall, so we will be able to see the overall of the players, but not individual attributes, because obviously the individual attributes tell you a lot more about a player than the overall does. The overall just kind of tells you if he's NHL ready or not. As for the player role, I'm going to leave that off for right now, but if I find that the game's kind of lying to us a little bit like it did last year, then we're going to turn this on. But for right now, we're going to leave it off because last year, as some of you guys may know, there were several instances last year of me thinking a player was ready for, let's say, the second line, but he was actually a fourth line forward, but we didn't know that until like halfway through the season. So we're going to leave this off for right now, but again, if we have to turn it back on, we will. And everything else is going to be off for that. We just want to show overall for right now. Auto scouting is going to be both for right now for the sake of getting through a year as fast as possible. But because of the decreased efficiency of the scouts this year, we do definitely want to go into the scouting screen occasionally just to check up on them and make sure they're doing the job. If they're not, then we're definitely going to have to do some manual scouting here and there. Auto coach management is going to be off. So there you go. There's all the rules and settings. Let's start our career with the New Jersey Devils. So here we are. Main screen. Looks pretty similar to last year, obviously, but there's a few new additions, such as the coaching staff. There is the find trade feature, finally, and as well, the player search looks like it's finally fixed. If you guys remember last year, at least for me, I could not sort by defense. It would only give me goalie, all positions, and forward. It wouldn't let me select defense for whatever reason. And now as well, the player search seems to be a lot more functional than it was last year. So let's say if I just went someone for 3.5 stars, between 3.5 star and 5 star potential, and if I just searched any forward that matches this criteria, sometimes it would give me nothing. So, and that's completely unrealistic because there's got to be at least one player that is between, the ages of 17 and 50 who's a forward who's between 3.5 to 5-star potential. But good to know that that works. So let's test out the find trade feature now, shall we? Because this is one thing that I am very excited about. And let's just test this out here. We'll put Zacha on the block, or not on the block. We'll just see if we can find a trade from him and see what happens here. So we're not going to be actually making any of these trades because, again, there's not going to be any progress made in this video, but we're just testing out this feature just to see what it does. So Zacha to the Coyotes for a 2nd Nussbaumer and a 7th. Zacha to the Bruins for Halak, a 5th and a 6th. A 2nd Locko and a 4th from the Bruins. So we're getting quite a few good offers here. Sorella, a 4th, and Gilbert from the Blackhawks. Looks like every single team has an offer in for Pavel Zacha, but it can also work the other way. So let's say I want to acquire someone like Gensel. What would the Penguins want for him? No trades found. Okay, so that means they couldn't find anything on our roster that would manage to get Jake Gensel without it being completely unrealistic, such as trading Jack Hughes the other way. So let's try Galchenyuk. All right, so they found something for Galchenyuk. They found 2 trades for Galchenyuk, actually. Butcher, Zacha, and Carrick for Galchenyuk, and then Severson, Zacha, and Cini for Galchenyuk. I'm going to say no to both of those, obviously, but you get the point. And now we're going to take a look at the coaching staff. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the same. These are not going to be the same coaches when we officially start the GM mode because of, having to create a new file and all of that. So, Y. Clarkson. Yahir Clarkson is our head coach. He's got an A minus, B minus, and a B minus for all of his attributes. He's a generalist, so all the players on the team are going to grow and develop under him. He's got a B minus for teaching. And now let's take a look at the roster moves to see who is on our day 1 roster. So for goaltenders, we have Corey Schneider and Mackenzie Blackwood. Here's Schneider. Here's Blackwood. Comment away any changes you think we should make to any player, not just on our own team, but in the rest of the league. So there's our goaltenders, Schneider and Blackwood. And for defense, we have PK Subban, 88 overall, 2-way defender. Damon Severson, 84 overall, also a 2-way defender. Will Butcher, 84 overall. So a lot of solid top 4 defensemen here in New Jersey. Sami Vatanen, Mirko Mueller, 79 overall. Andy Green, 78 overall. And Connor Carrick, 78 overall as well. And for forwards, we of course have Taylor Hall, 90 overall. And it immediately drops down to an 84 Kyle Palmieri. We have the 84 overall Nico Hischier. And then it goes down to Nikita Gusev, who is an 84 overall. I made sure to make him so that he simulates pretty similarly to the way that he played in real life in Russia last year. We're obviously not sure how he's going to play in the NHL, but he's already 27 years of age, so that's why I decided to make him an 84 overall, give him sort of a nice medium to work with. Obviously not being a star player in the NHL as of yet. We don't know what he's going to be in the NHL, but just based off what he did in Russia, we're going to go for an 84 overall, 91 offensive awareness, so he's going to put up the points. He's got the 5-star puck skills. His shot is a little weaker than his puck skills, so he's probably hopefully going to get more assists than goals, as his real-life stats would compare to. And defensively, he's not really there. 80 for defensive awareness, 65 faceoffs, 77 shot blocking, 84 stick checking. His skating's up there as well, 91 speed, 91 agility and acceleration, 86 balance and endurance. Physicality, he's not really there. 78 body checking, 78 aggressiveness. Let me know if we should make any changes to Gusev. Wayne Simmons, the 82 overall. Could imagine him being on the power play. Blake Coleman, 81. He has an 85 for offensive awareness, probably someone who we should use on the penalty kill, given his well-roundedness defensively and physically, an 85 for body checking, pretty much mid-80s everywhere. Miles Wood, the 81 overall, his speed's at an 88. I don't know, I personally think that we should make the speed a little bit more up there and then maybe decrease his hands a little bit, just based off the way that he plays in real life. Jesper Bratt, 81 overall, 87 offensive awareness. Puck skills are pretty good. Shot is pretty good. Everything's pretty much well-rounded in the offensive categories. Around an 86 or an 87. And Jack Hughes, the 81 overall, high elite potential. Third line scoring forward, 88 offensive awareness. Puck skills are up there in the high 80s, and the deking's at a 92. The shot is 85, 87, 87, 86. Defensive awareness is at an 84. Faceoffs are at an 82. His speed's already at a 93, so he is going to be flying out there. And body checking, of course, is at a 70. He's not going to be body checking too much, if at all. But the future looks to be bright, very bright, with Jack Hughes in the lineup. Travis Zajac at an 80 overall, and that 95 for faceoffs. That is probably one of the best we've ever seen. Defensive awareness, 84, so we definitely have to make sure that Zajac doesn't drop off too much over the next 2 years, because we really want to make use of that 95 for faceoffs, and hopefully he is solid defensively for us for the next couple of years, and then maybe he can retire as a Devil after his contract is over. Pavel Zacha, 79 overall. He hasn't actually even signed his contract in real life as of yet. Okay, so I'm jumping in here in the middle of post, and not even an hour after I recorded this pops up on Twitter. More of a defensive guy for sure. Maybe a penalty killer. Joey Anderson, 78 overall. Got an 85 offensive awareness. So maybe you play him in the AHL for 1 year just because he's not really well-rounded other than that offensive awareness, and maybe those puck skills up there a little bit in the low to mid-80s at an 83 for passing and puck control. John Hayden, 77 overall, definitely a physical guy, and I don't know if I would use him on the penalty kill because I like to have, guys with a good takeaway to giveaway ratio. I guess we'll see what happens over the course of the sim. We'll see how really all these players sim. And then Kevin Rooney, the 69 overall AHL player, for sure, at least for the purposes of this GM mode. He's an AHL player. And in the system, we have Ben Street, 76 overall. Brett Seney, 76 overall, top 9 potential, 23 years of age. Michael McLeod, 70 overall, top 6 potential at 21 years of age. Nathan Bastian, 68 overall, medium top 9 potential at 21 years of age. Jesper Boquist, 68 overall with a medium top 6, 20 years of age. I personally think his overall should be a bit higher because him and Ty Smith, other than Jack Hughes, are two of the prospects who are expected to make it into the NHL or could potentially make that push for an NHL spot. Marian Studenic, 67 overall, that 78 offensive awareness. Maybe he'll be something, probably not. He's got that medium bottom 6. We'll see how all the player potentials grow over the course of the GM mode, but not expecting too much out of him, at least in this GM mode. Igor Sharangovich, the 67 overall, and yeah, not really much to look at here. Blake Spears, the medium top 9, 65 overall. Christoph Berchi, bottom 6, 65 overall. Brandon Bannock, bottom 6, high potential with the 64 overall. Brandon Gignac, 61 overall and bottom 6 for potential. Fabian Zetterlund with the 61 overall, top 9 potential. And that is it for forwards in the system. Next, we have defenseman Matt Tennyson, the 76 overall, 7th defenseman potential. Brian Strait, 74 overall, AHL top 2 potential, 31 years of age. Ty Smith, 72 overall, medium top 4. I personally think that should be a high top 4, and he should be higher than a 72 overall. Again, considering he is expected to make a serious push for an NHL roster spot this year. Josh Jacobs, a 70 overall, medium top 6 potential. Dakota Murma, 69 overall, 7th defenseman. Wojtek Mozik, the 69 overall, AHL top 2 defenseman. Colby Sissons, 65 overall, 7th defenseman potential. Colton White, 64 overall, 7th defenseman potential. Jeremy Grollo, the 61 overall and 7th defenseman potential. And in goal, we have Giles Sen, I'm not sure how to pronounce his first name, but he is a 66 overall fringe starter, and Evan Cormier with the 65 overall backup potential. And now we're going to take a look at our unsigned players. First, we have Michael Vukojevic of the Kitchener Rangers, Nikita Okachuk, I believe it's pronounced, 63 overall, medium top or a low top 4. And Vukojevic is a 73 overall, medium top 4. Xavier Bernard, 62 overall, medium top 6 potential. Graham Clark, 59 overall, medium top 9. Mitchell Holscher with the 58 overall, medium bottom 6 potential. Etu Pakila with the 56 overall, medium bottom 6 potential. And Nikola Pashik with the 54 overall, medium bottom 6 potential. And now we're going to very quickly skim through the skaters of each team in order to see who needs to be edited. And obviously, some of you guys have had the game for longer than I have. You got it through EA Access. I had to wait a couple days for it. But nonetheless, if you guys have any suggestions for any player who should be edited, let me know. Because, again, we're not starting this thing until most of the players that have been suggested for edits have been edited. So let me know on all that. And should we edit the players to reflect their real life performances, or should we edit the players to reflect the team performance? I'm personally in favor of editing the players to reflect their real life performances as opposed to the team performance, because I feel like past year number 1, that will deliver a more realistic simulation than editing for year-by-year team performance would. So, such as the LA Kings. Like, they had a bad year last year, obviously. But what about year number 2, number 3, number 4? You know, that's going to affect them long-term as well. So we have to take that into account. I feel like we should definitely edit based off player performance in the real NHL. And obviously, I'm not going to be able to go through all of the players in the NHL because there's just way too many of them. So just let me know specific players that we should edit that you guys think deserve either a boost or a decrease in overall or potential, whatever it may be. Let me know in the comments, because once again, we are not officially starting this thing until most of the players have been edited that you guys want edited. And then back to Anaheim. So now we're going to do goaltenders, but this should be a lot quicker since there's not really much to skim through. We could just take a quick look and then skip to the next team. And 83 overall Mrazek on Chicago, 84 Grubauer, Jonas Korpisalo at 80. Wonder how Columbus goaltending will do this year. That'll be interesting for sure. Without this man, Sergei Bobrovsky, in net for them. Jonathan Quick, 87. Dubnyk, 89. Price, 91. Rene, 88. Corey Schneider, of course, 82. 86 for Varlamov. Lundqvist, 88. Hart, 84. Murray, 86. All these guys just going to try to get through this as fast as possible. Once again, vamping so that we may get through this. So there are all the players of all the teams. I might speed that up and post a little bit because, yeah, that took quite a while. But nonetheless, we're going to call it here. Let me know which players we should edit, which players we should create, prospects, players who haven't played in the NHL yet who will, such as Nikita Gusev, but Nikita Gusev has obviously already been put in the game. So players like him or any American players who are expected to play very soon, or just any player who you guys think should be created or edited, let me know in the comments. Not too many players, all right? I mean, there's obviously, there's several, there's a lot of players in the NHL. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them. Just give me a solid list of players who definitely deserve to either be bumped down or bumped up. So I'll end it off here. I got plenty more recordings to do today, as it is the first day officially of the early access launch. Well, not EA early access, but, you know, the September 10th release of the game. I'll end it off here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.